Hello there, everyone. How are you guys doing? It's been so long since I've been on the podcast and I've recorded and I've spoken with you guys, but there were technical difficulties again. But I'm back. I'm back. We are here, guys. And today is a bit of an exciting episode because I have just gotten back from Lourdes and I am feeling I don't know how I'm feeling. It's been a very interesting week. I feel like I've not had time to actually process it completely. I've like stopped on it a bit, but it's been such an amazing and hectic week. I still haven't comprehended what it actually was. But yeah, for those of you guys who don't know what Lourdes is basically a place in France where many Catholic Christians go on for pilgrimage for healing because of a vision that a young girl called Saint Bernadette had of Mother Mary quite many years ago. I think it was the 1800s. I need to check the story again. But yeah, so I went as a volunteer, and as today the episode will be on making new friends, I'll be telling you guys how I basically went basically knowing no one. I only knew about 3 people, and even then, only 2 people that the out of the 3 people, only one of them I was really close with. The other 2, we were in like the same classes in college, so we kind of knew each other, but we weren't exactly at that level just yet with each other. But yeah, so I decided to take the leap of faith, and I was like, you know what? I don't know anyone on this pilgrimage. But we're gonna do it anyway. So we went, guys. It was so rough. 26 hours on coach. Can you imagine? 26 hours we traveled on coach because we had to go all the way from the north of England to the south of England, take a ferry from Dover all the way into the north of France, and then drive all the way from the north of France to the south of France. Oh, but it was an amazing experience, you guys. It truly was. But yeah, I'll be telling you guys how I basically somehow somehow found the courage to go on a pilgrimage by coach with loads of other youth that I did not know. I still can't believe I did it. And we were on coach together, and there was about we were the best coach. I'm coach 9, so we're apparently the littest coach out there, so I'm really glad I ended up on that coach. But yeah, it was like, and it was obviously kind of intimidating because everyone already knew each other. They already had like friendship groups, and there was like big communities going on there and stuff. And I was just kind of like waltzing in with one of my friends, and we were just like, we didn't know anyone, or like we didn't even know how the pilgrimage worked, or like what kind of things. Like I was literally learning as I went along. But I think because even then, the pilgrimage, it's like, well, the coach, our coach, my coach, coach 9, we have loads of people from different people from different parts of, how do I say? Because it's like you have some people, we're from the north of England, and then some of us are from the Isle of Man. And the Isle of Man is not a part of England or the UK or even the European Union. So I don't know what you call them. They're just there. I love the Isle of Man people. So yeah, that is just like a little like background recap on like how it was. So of course I was a bit nervous, and there were times I really was thinking of backing out because I was really about to let my fear get to the best of me. But my mom was like, no, I think you should do it. I think you should do it. So I did it, and wow, I'm actually so glad she encouraged me to do it. So yeah, I did it. I took that leap of faith. I tried something that I've never done. Guys, I've never gone to a country that I've not without flying. Like I've always flown places. So I was like literally driving from the northwest of England all the way into the south of France. for the first time with a bunch of people. The stuff I did not know, the people I did not know. It was terrifying. But I did it and I learned a lot. I realized making friends is not actually too hard. I realized that most of the time the fear is in your head. Most of the time the fear really is in your head. I feel like especially because sometimes we don't even realize it, but we sometimes make these we like prejudge and pre-assess people based on like how they appear or how they come off or what we've heard or how they look. And then after, when you, it's only until you actually speak to them and get to know them personally for yourself, and you're like, wait, what? And then sometimes even end up being one of your closest friends or one of the best friends that you have, and you're just like, what? So sometimes you just realize that the fear actually is in your head, because sometimes it's only when you actually fully analyze it you realize that you are truly overthinking it. And it's sometimes you just literally have to, it's like sometimes I'd be like, okay, even if I look stupid, there's like a 50% chance, there's a 50-50 that I could look stupid, but then there's also a 50-50 that I could really vibe with these people. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, I'm gonna put that fear aside. I literally went up to random people from different coaches and I was just like, hey, what's your name? They must think I'm so crazy. But literally, I just went up to random people and I was like, hey, what's your name? I'm Joyce. So nice to meet you. And then some people, well, not many people would just bang me. They'd be like, hey, like there was some people who'd really match my energy. Like that's why also I'd say, like, when you're trying to make new friends, if you can, don't try and dilute yourself. Be you know what I mean? Because it's like, I think for me personally, when I'm just me, when I first meet people, I know that immediately if they don't like me for me, I just know, okay, that's not gonna be my person, that's not gonna be my friend. So I've already saved myself investing in a friendship that's not even actually a true friendship, because I'm putting up a version of me that does not exist for them, you know what I mean? So I just gave them exactly, because I'm a very energetic person. Like I will come to you with energy and enthusiasm. So that's what I did, and there were people who really reciprocated that energy, and I made some of the most amazing friends. I met these two sisters from Coach 5 that I absolutely love and adore. I met a guy from Coach 8. No, actually I met two guys from Coach 8. There's such a vibe. You know, like it's literally just takes, especially because every night we went to a pub or a cafe and we would meet with another coach, and we basically we'd have songbooks out with like loads of bangers like Pompeii, Mr. Brightside, Dancing Queen, like just loads of those. And then it would be some of us from each coach who could play instruments. We'd be on drums. We'd just bring like a box, and then we'd have guitars, and we'd just all be just dancing there together, and it was just honestly such a vibe. Like literally just being open and just being yourself. It honestly, like, just like literally putting yourself out there, it helps. And sometimes, especially because for me, I've also struggled a lot with, I don't know if it's imposter syndrome, but it's like, you know, when you like meet new people and you want to be friends with them, but you don't want to feel like you're coming on too strong or too hard. So it's like, oh, I kind of want to hang out with them, but will they find me annoying? Or like, you know, do I volunteer to go with them because do they not want to hang out with me? But then after they do, and it's like, maybe I've really just made up this whole narrative in my head that I'm just too much. Like sometimes we actually are our own biggest enemies because we make this own narrative in our own heads that we're too much for people, or we're too little for people, or that, you know, we're just not good enough. But whether you're a very extroverted and, you know, bubbly person, or you're a very quiet person and you like to keep to yourself, or maybe you're both like me, because I'm someone who's extroverted but I also do like my own quiet time. Whichever type of person you are, I remember I saw this reel and it was basically saying like something like you know, just love that loud and extravagant version of you just as much as you love that quiet and introverted version of you. You know what I mean? Because especially there will also you'll also have friends that you can chill with for each different, you can talk about different things with. You have like different vibes. I don't know if it's just me, but I like have different vibes in like different friendships. So it's like there'll be some friends that I'll speak about things about which I won't really speak to other friends about, but I'll still have an equally really good time with each of them, if that makes sense. But yeah, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because that's what I did. And I met one of my most amazing friends, like I met a guy and we were just literally vibing. We were literally vibing together. Like, that is my broski for real. Like, you literally never know. Just literally, even if you embarrass yourself, even if you feel like you're embarrassing yourself just for saying hi, just say hi, because you never know. So yeah. And that leads me on, because I was on Instagram today, right? And then I saw this reel, and it actually kind of resonated with me. I felt like fully wrote it down in my notes, because I was like, whoa, that's actually so true. And I think because, especially linking to back where I've just come back from Lourdes on this whole new experience. And it was like kind of summing up the whole thing that I learned this week. Basically, I'll link the reel down below, but basically what she said is, be the first one to say hi. For some reason, going first is a little bit scary, and we often avoid hoping someone else will take the first step. But a simple truth is the world rewards people who initiate, and one of the best pieces of one of the best pieces of sorry guys. Oh, let me say that again. One of the best pieces of advice I got was to be the first to say hi. Put your hand up to go first. Take the lead. Make the first call. Lend a hand. Help a stranger for no reward. Start things. Introduce yourself. Basically, don't just wait for opportunities. Actually go out there and create them. Guys, I saw that, and that really, really resonated with me, because that's exactly what I really learned from this pilgrimage. Because I feel like I was always sitting there, always, too scared to go and make the first move. There were so many things that I wanted to do. There's so many things that I have wanted to do. But I've really let fear hold me back. And I've really let it hinder me from doing the things that I really want to do. But this really broke me out of my shell in the sense of teaching me, like, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be scared and just take the leap of faith. It's okay. Because especially sometimes you never know what could be on the other side of that fear. You never know. And especially because you don't want to sit there a couple of years later and be sitting there in absolute regret, like, what would have happened if I just did that? What would have happened if I just overcame that fear and took that step? What if I just realized that actually my desire to try that new thing is so much greater than the fear, so I'm just gonna try it, and if it doesn't work out, well, okay. It's not the end of the world. Like, especially because I even saw like this reel yesterday where this guy, he was saying, like, imagine you're like in your like 70s, your 80s, and you're with your future husband or wife, and you've now walked into the cinema. You're now going down to sit and watch a movie, but this time it's a movie of your life. What would you want your story to look like? What would you want your narrative to look like? Would you want it to be looking a lot like, oh yeah, I don't want to do that because I'm too scared of what other people will say. I'm too scared of what other people will think. I'm too scared to embarrass myself. I'm too scared to feel ashamed. I'm too scared to get let loose and have fun, you know? Or do you want to look back and actually have a laugh about it? Because especially sometimes, I literally say it all the time, some things are not that deep. Some things really aren't. Like, honestly, I think once I realized that you can honestly just have a good laugh at nearly anything, that's when I became so much more lighthearted. That's why I'll find it so much more easier to go and speak to other people and just have fun with others, because I'm like, at the end of the day, it's really not that deep. It's not. And sometimes you never even know what really is on the other side of that fear. So I'd say, really be open. If there's someone that you want to approach to make friends, just do it. I mean, the worst thing that can happen, and it's happened to me before, so don't worry. You can go and approach someone and they literally just look at you. Or, which has also happened to me too, sometimes you go and say hi to someone, they don't even look at you, they just side eye. They just side eye you and they walk away. That's that's one of the worst things that can happen. And it's happened to me before as well. But honestly, it's something that you literally just learn to laugh about, because it's like, okay, I tried. Maybe they just weren't on the vibe. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe it was a friendship that was never meant to be, you know? Just taking on the mentality of, oh well, it is what it is. If it was meant to be, it would be. If it wasn't, well, it clearly isn't, so it's not. And I think that kind of mentality has really helped me quite a lot as well. So yeah, um if there's something that you are wanting to try, or a new leap of faith that you're wanting to take, or there's something new that you want to venture into, that you are quite nervous about, or that you have kind of have a fear towards, just do it. Just do it. Don't even overthink it. Please don't. Because I know people who really overthink everything to the point where it's unhealthy. But more often than not, it's you hurting yourself, and you don't deserve to feel that way, because sometimes you'll overthink so far that you'll even spiral even worse than it actually could have been. You know what I mean? So yeah, if there's a new hobby or something new that you want to try, start it. So like, I have so many hobbies I want to try, it's actually ridiculous. Like, I don't even know, I think I'm so delusional, I actually love it. Like, I literally want to become a photographer, but then I also want to become like a potter. Like, I want to do pottery, but then also I also want to become a dancer, but then at the same time I also want to become an equestrian, like, like horse rider. But then at the same time I also want to become a painter, but then I also want to become a writer. Like, like, there's so many things. There's so many things I want to do and try, but it's like, just try them. Especially like, at some point I'm gonna get back into running and fitness, and I'm gonna join a running club. And even if I don't know anyone there, and even if everyone is like 5 years older than me, it's okay. It's okay. I'm still gonna put myself out there, because especially, it's only when you take that leap of faith you end up meeting some of your best friends. Like, I've literally met some amazing people. Cause like, literally our priest was saying, like, you're gonna make friends for life here, and I was like, yeah, okay. I was just saying in my head, okay, but he was actually right, because it's like, it wasn't just we're friends for then and when we're over. No, I've actually made true, genuine friends. Like, I feel like that was like truly like a family. Like, I've had an amazing time, and that was because I did not let fear hold me back from trying something new. And honestly, that experience really did change me. It really did. And I could honestly even go to a stretch and say it has kind of changed my life. And it really taught me that I should not let fear have a say over my life or my actions anymore. I should not let it control me or cripple me or bind me, because sometimes fear is not working in my favor. Sometimes it isn't. So I feel like now I'm a lot braver, and this is your sign as well. If there's something new that you're wanting to try, go for it. Try it. Just start. Even if you don't know how to do it or what to do, just start. So like, for me, starting this podcast, I literally had no idea what I was doing. I was like literally just making cover art, and then I was like, oh, let's record in one episode. I did one episode, and I was like, oh wow, okay, we've started. And that's how the show started. Like, literally, like, just literally starting and flourishing, because especially, you're not always going to be the best at it when you first begin. You're not. Like, everyone was always a beginner to begin with. So like, that's why I have to keep telling myself, like, everyone was a beginner to begin with. And you really can't compare your day 5 to someone's year 5. You know what I mean? Because it's just and we do it so often. I know I do it really often. I'm really bad for it. I'm really guilty for it. But it's something that I'm working on, and I have to keep reminding myself about. Like, I really can't compare my day 5 to someone else's year 5. Like, you know what I mean? especially because everyone's journey is completely different, and some journeys are not linear, they're really not. But that's the beauty of it, because especially it's individual to you. When you tell that story to other people, or you explain to other people, it's personal to you. And also, because of how personal, how different it is, it's gonna inspire someone else. You don't know who your story is supposed to inspire. You don't know who your journey is supposed to inspire. You really don't. So just keep going. Keep taking that leap of faith, because you never know where it's gonna lead you. So yeah, making friends. I'd say, guys, really go for it. Just remove the fear in your head, and honestly just realize sometimes it's really not that deep, because it's like, what's the worst that could happen? And if you have to be delusional, babes, because I literally am so delusional too. I literally tell myself, what's the worst that could happen? Like, what? And you never know. Sometimes you really do end up meeting the best people. So I remember I saw uh a post that said like how 8 ways to make adult friendships, and they were saying like attend a meetup or networking events, like join a community driven online wellness membership, work from a co-working space, go to in-person exercise classes, join a local art or sports club, use a friendship app like Bumble BFF, or maybe if you want to travel and you want to make friends while traveling, download Trip BFF. It's so good, you guys. Or travel solo or with a small group tour, and be yourself, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's something that I've learned from Lourdes. It's an experience that really has, it's humbled me in many ways. It's really impacted me in many ways. It's very much changed me. And I think also being able to work with the pilgrims as well. Most of them were elderly people. And obviously I'm still quite young. So it was interesting, speaking with them and getting to know them, especially because it kind of, it kind of had like something in me, because I've obviously, because I'm Kenyan, but me and my family, we've grown up in the UK, and most of my grandparents, they all stayed in Kenya, so I never really got to grow up with them on the daily like most of my friends do. But I feel like whenever I get to speak with older people, um it really does heal like the missing of that grandparental instinct within me. So yeah, it was honestly a wonderful experience. And if you can, I do highly recommend you to go and visit Lords, especially as a volunteer, because it's truly it's a very much life-changing experience. And the people you meet are, they really might change you, because especially you never know where one simple high could stem to. You never know. You never do. And so sometimes don't even go so far to prejudge and pre-assess. Sometimes just let it happen the way it is. Just let it be. Just let life do its thing. If it's meant to be, it will be. If it's not, then it won't. And if it doesn't, then that's okay. Don't think about it. Just be like, okay, okay, oh well, and let it go, and that's okay. So yeah, that's your sign today, to really go for it and really try the new things that you've always wanted to, and really overcome that fear, and just be a bit more great, but be a bit more brave and a bit more courageous. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, you guys. Um, all the links to connect with me and to support the show will always be in my show notes. So you can just click there, connect with me, speak with me. I love talking with you guys. So yeah, and you can also send me like topic requests as well. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, you guys. I truly appreciate you guys and all the support you've given me so far. And yeah, I really do hope that these episodes really do help and impact you, because I really do love making them for you guys. And yeah, just really learn to love being just who you are and be okay with who you are, because sometimes we put so much energy into loving who other people are, we forget to love who we are. And we put so much other effort and energy into appreciating and celebrating who other people are, we forget to do that for us. We sometimes even go and celebrate other people, like influencers and celebrities who literally do not even know who we are, and we celebrate them so adamantly and so passionately, and you only get to see tiny snippets of them on social media or the media, wherever you see them. But then you for yourself, you don't even give yourself the same love and the same energy and the same care and respect. And it's like, you should really love yourself. I'm really teaching this myself this too. Really love yourself and really rate for yourself. And loving yourself, it's not vanity. Because I don't know where it came from, but some people will be so scared to just appreciate themselves and respect themselves and look after themselves, because they'll be so scared they'll be called vain or whatever. But no, you appreciate yourself, because you are the only person who's gonna be with you from the day you're born until the day you die. So look after yourself. Tell yourself that if you look good, tell yourself you look good. You know what I mean? If you feel good, allow yourself to feel good, Obviously, don't get too cocky, like start thinking that you're above anyone. Because I think vanity is thinking that you are above everyone else, but confidence is knowing that you are neither above nor beneath anyone else. You're amazing and beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully made, just exactly as you are. And no one can take that. No one can take that. Especially because I'm slowly starting to learn, because I'm Christian, starting to learn that my worth should only come from God. And for such a long time, my worth came from my looks. It came from how well I could maintain friendships. It came from how other people perceived me. It came from my grades. It came from, how good I am at certain sports that I've always wanted to be good at. But I had to realize, no, that's not where it comes from at all. Because now I'm allowing myself to put others on a pedestal and then put myself beneath them. But I don't have to be great at everything. So no one's amazing at everything, and we all have our flaws. And I think also learning to accept yourself for your flaws as well. Because you'll be so quick to accept other people for their flaws and their insecurities and their failures and their mistakes. But you can't do the same for yourself. Why? Why? I'm telling you right now, friend, listen to me right now. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to fall in love. And before you even get there romantically, fall in love with yourself. It's such an amazing time to fall in love. Fall in love with life. Fall in love with reading. Fall in love with taking walks. Fall in love with seeing the sunrise every day. Fall in love with getting to know who you truly are, exploring who you are, discovering who you are, getting to know what you like and what you don't like, starting to take yourself on solo dates, really start to speak with yourself a lot more and really get in tune with yourself a lot more, because you deserve it. You really do. So yeah, give yourself the love and care that you are so quick to give others. And trust me, you really will not regret it. You won't. Especially because for me, once I know that Christ is overflowing into me, I'm not, because I love to give to other people, but when I was giving out of my own strength, I would give and give and give and give to other people, but nothing was overflowing into my cup. So I'd eventually be overflowing so much, and then I would realize that, oh my gosh, I'm empty. I have nothing left to give. But because I was constantly pouring into myself, I was investing into myself as well. So I was looking after my relationship with the Lord, so he could pour into me. I was spending time with myself as well, really appreciating and respecting my boundaries, because I'm someone who does I love to keep the life of the party going, keep the energy going, but then at the same time, I do love to just be alone in my room, just chilling the whole day, just literally minding my own business, just with my own thoughts. I love to sit there just reading in my room, like literally just, I wouldn't even mind just going and sitting in a restaurant alone and having a good meal and just enjoying my own company. Because at first I used to be so confused why I can be such two different types of people at the same time, but it's like, that's okay. I can be extroverted but introverted at the same time. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that I'm bipolar or anything. That just means that I'm a person and I have a personality and, I'm human, and I like my quiet time as well, as much as I like to also speak with people and get to know the people, as much as I love to give energy. And that's okay. And I think really starting to accept yourself and understand yourself for who you truly are. Because especially if I had to discover that about myself. And it's things like these, like trips like these, like taking leaps of faith like these, that really help me understand and learn that about myself. And at first it was hard for me to accept, but I really started to appreciate it, because that's me, that makes me who I am, and I can't change it. But I'd rather sit there and embrace it and really work through it than sit there and gloom over it. So yeah, I just had that little note to say. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys. I truly hope you guys are having a lovely day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you guys are listening. Connect with me. Feel free to connect with me. Don't be afraid to message me. I love to hear from you guys. Let me know your feedback by giving, you can message down in the question box if you're listening on Spotify, or comment on YouTube, or on give a rate and review on Apple Podcast. It all helps so much to get the show out there, and so other people can find the show as well. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support so far, you guys. I love you always, and until next time, let's keep aspiring to live a life of more joy with intention. I love you guys. Bye.